What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator here in the single player map. And while this is filling up, it's time to go ahead and get another process going here on the farm, and that's going to be getting some fuel, really. I mean, this thing here, this is one of the toys I've picked up recently from all the gravel I've been hauling up. And my production on this is starting to drop because I'm hauling so much gravel up. The market is basically getting flooded with it, and that's just too much that I can handle. So the income is starting to drop, and I also am going to have to start worrying about fuel. So today, what I'm going to do is buy some harvesters. Make sure nothing's on sale. Nope. So click over here to the mods area, and I'm going to click on the pick out. I want to do two. That's the thought I'm having right now. Let's see here. 8120, 9240. You know what? Screw it. Yep, I'm just gonna go with. Now I would like to do two, but you know what? Let's get everything set up here first. Let's get the header going. I'm probably gonna use this one for corn right off the bat, and for that, the attachment is back over here in the regular mods in the regular category. And for these, I use these Capellos. They're foldable. They're nice. I mean, I could use this one, the 12 row, 9 meters. That one's 12. It is a little heavy, though. It does make the combine nose heavy. That is one concern I do have. But I don't see 994.5. I mean, that looks like that's all I have for it. And I don't like using mismatched heads. Now, there's that one. New Holland. That's a 9 because this is 12. Yeah, that's it. So, I don't know. Do I go with the heavy head here, which is made for the 9320? Yep, screw it. I like the extra space on it, so I'll go with this one. Default color, yep. Okay, so there we go. We've got that taken care of. Now I need somewhere to put all this stuff. No, I don't want these. Go back to the mods, select a tractor. Now, I do like the articulating ones here, like this Singer 620. That is a little overkill at $350,000 a pop as well. Definitely overkill on the big boss here. That's not something I'm going to go with. I really don't care too much for the treaded ones. Uh, the luck with those. I mean, I'd rather have these wheeled ones. Let's see here. What was that other one? 350. And that was a 620. Yep. So we'll start off here at the 450, then there's the 500, and they just bump up 50 by everywhere. Well, 350, 4 to 620. Yeah, I don't see that's. Look at the price or difference on these. Well, let's do a Stinger 500. Oh, I'm gonna need two. Well, let's do. That'll pull everything. So let's get a regular tractor here. This is the Magnum Quad, row track, twin wheels. Go with twin wheels. This one's been good for pulling the hoppers. Oh, whoa, wait a minute, 298. I might as well get like this one. What else we got here? A few more cases. There's another 620. Some casses, fence. There's an articulator for the John Deere. These JCBs, some people have had good luck with. They know to each their own, really. 391,000 for that articulator. Now these aren't articulators, they're just tracks. So these on the front turn. These are like tanks. So, one side will turn more than the other. What else? No, I'm not going to go with New Holland. And if you're starting out and you don't have any money, these guys here, these Brabas, are good to go with. They're gas guzzlers, though, so be prepared for that. You will be guaranteed to have to go and make fuel right away. Well, no information on this one. Nope, I think I'm going to have to stay away case. I've already got one, so let's see here. Which other one do I want to go with? Probably. Did I buy a 500? Yeah, I bought a 500. Yeah, might as well just stick with. That's 435 horsepower on that one. And for just a couple dollars more, I get the 508. Nope, I'll just go with. Yeah, I'll just go with that one. Okay. So we've got those. Now I need a tipper. Because the combine's going to have to dump off into something, right? And for that, which one do I like to go with? It's not here. Oh, wait. It's an auger wagon. That's what I go with. Auger wagons are nice. They're a nice little transfer between the combine and your tipper that you're going to use. Did I use that Brent? I think I used the Brent. It wasn't the Blazer. Some of these look different than what I was using before, so that's why I'm a little confused here. Do we have augers over here? Yep, and that was it. Well, let me try this one. Brent Avalanche. Alright, so picked up that one, and gonna need a truck. Let's see, what truck do we want? Don't want those cab overs. Let's go with tried and true. No, I want a Kenworth. Give me the Kenworth. I'm a Peterbilt guy, but I like these trucks. And let's get the tipper. Now I could go with. Oh, there's the one I like, the Kinsey. That's the one. I'll have to sell that other one. There we go. A little bit of lag there. Let's see, the smooth side one. Now, normally I go with these two, the Merits. And they're not bad. You can get, I think it's 180 total out of them. So we'll stick with those. So let's go back to the garage. Let me sell that guy. Alright. We are in business. $1.2 million is what I used up. So that rules out going for another combine. Where's my header? My header is missing. I bought one, didn't I? Apparently I didn't. There we go. Now I did. So fortunately there is corn right up the hill here, so I will swing this around, bounce the ass end off the building. unfold everything. That is kind of cool how it all unfolds. And hire a worker, and off they go. Now this guy will go ahead and do this whole field, and the only time he's going to stop is either A, when he runs into something, which he shouldn't here on this one, B, he's full, in which case when he gets to 100% he'll stop, or C, he's done with the field and there's nothing else to be harvested on that field that he can get to, so unless he's missed a spot. So say he comes to the end of this row, but this row extends past the edge of the field. Well, and if he were to make his turn, he's not going to have anything to harvest, so in the computer's mind here, it's done. So some of these fields are kind of odd-shaped around like that, and if they're not exactly square, that's, you know, it's not going to harvest everything correctly. So it's something to keep an eye on some of these fields. But for this field here, there's going to be no issues. He's not going to run into anything. He's not going to get out of the field and off track anywhere, so everything should be good to go. So let's head back. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. Head back and let's get... Okay, that was actually going to be my cedar, which I still need to buy. Whoops. So we'll jump out of this one, jump into this one. Man, that thing looks weird. And attach. There we go. Now I really like this trailer, not just because it has treads. I mean that adds a certain coolness to it, but the pipe. And it doesn't automatically eject everything out, which other auger trailers will. As soon as they come over a trailer, they automatically start spitting it out. That doesn't happen here. So this one will not do it until I hit the button saying, you know, eject. Always nice if you got one of those double hopper trailers and, you know, say you want to fill the back one first. So you're able to do that. Whereas the other one will just start filling as soon as it comes across. Okay, which one? I gotta do that far one. It can be kind of a pain getting everything set up here because you have so much equipment to move. It is one of the well, actually many areas where doing this map as a single player is kind of a pain in the ass. Now here comes the fun part, and I probably should move this one out of my way. The fun part here is hooking up to that other trailer. And I have a message. Oh, come on. Oh. Getting away from me. They're really getting away from me. Got too far away from me. Come on, catch it. Is not going to hook. See, you get way off. Come on, swing that ass around. Ah, there we go, finally. Now we're all hooked up, about time. Now I'll get these guys staged, and the cat over there in the pit is full of gravel, so I can go pick him up and drop that off at the train. And I'll also give a rundown here of the sluicing that I had started. Sluicing is not going to really save the day when it comes to money for you. It's going to help. It's a nice little bonus, but it's not something that you can really bank on to be a money maker for you. Now this truck also will not fit underneath that silo. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to back it up every time you want to fill it or use the front loader. Also, the $1 million plus front loader that is in the market, either the config file was set wrong or it was never changed or something, who knows, or the other cat that I have here, the smaller front loader, is oversized in the config file. The little cat that I have here, I forget the number off the top of my head, that one holds 120 or 125 in the bucket. The big $1 million plus cat front loader, front dozer, that one only holds 125,000 in the bucket. So something is not right on one of those two machines. I don't know which one it is, but basically it is not worth spending over $1 million on that front dozer. That is like 3 times. I mean, it matches this truck perfectly size-wise. It's not worth spending that kind of money on something that isn't going to give you the full load that you would think it's going to get. I mean, you might as well spend, what is it, 150,000 or whatever or something for the regular cat dozer and call it a day. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Yeah, saying I'm weighing 840,000 kilos or pounds or however you want to look at it. You know, this thing is not going to stop on a dime. It's not going to turn like a sports car, so you have to plan ahead, you have to think ahead, and take it nice and slow. Okay, so here, this is the sand sleuthing pit, the sand mine, or however you want to call it. You would back up this ramp right there, dump your load into that hole over there where you see the water jets coming down. It holds 500,000. So one of these 773Es is going to fill it up perfectly. Now that tank over there on the left, that big tank right there fills up with water, holds 500,000 as well. That's where you would jump into a truck and get that white water tanker all the way over there. It's found in the miscellaneous, if I remember correctly. And you're going to go and get the Culligan plant open. I also picked up the water towers for $1 million. The water towers cost $1 million. And what that does is, it puts a water tower at every farm. Now that means all I have to do is go over there to where field 9 and 10 is, on the upper left hand corner there, where it says farm, there's a water tower there. So instead of going all the way back over towards the center of the map, where around 95, 97 is, next to U and M, that's where Culligan is. So it saves me a whole lot of time. I don't have to go all that way. But the only downside is it's very time consuming. And it only holds 150,000 gallons. You got to come back up the hill, and that's a lot of weight. It's a pain in the ass to do because the truck wants to stall out on the hill. So, you know, you're doing that four times per mining operation, gold mining operation here. So you're going to pull in over next to that tank, you're going to offload it, go back, refill, come back, offload, and that's also why, if I show you here, you see this little guy. I put this little guy here just so I can come back over here real quick. I can spawn right here in the gator. Run over here to the water. And this is the downside. You have to run over here and do it. Everything does not refill on its own. Yeah, see, we're already a little bit down here. You just stand by the box and you can see the number going back up. And there we go. So now I can leave here and go back over to where I was. So once you fill all that up, and you don't necessarily have to fill that thing all the way up, because what's going to happen is, I mean, I do, and you can, and you probably should, but you don't have to. Everything is going to come through here. Gold is going to collect inside this box right there. And you'll see it showing up as gold. As soon as you come by, it'll disappear. And you'll also get two things. Tailings, as you can see there on the left, have at 5,400 or 1%, and recycled water. The tailings are in this one. And all you have to do, poof, gone. Just walk over here, it disappears. Same thing for the recycled water. Boom, gone. And that goes back into that big tank. So you do get some longevity. You're not going to have to be hauling water every day. You do get some longevity out of this, and you can just start it and leave it and let it do its own thing. But you do, have to check by it once in a while so you can clear out your tailings and reuse your recycled water. This one here is for sand. That one over there is for gravel. In my experience, I've had more luck getting gold out of sand than I have out of gravel. But it is completely random. See, I still have no gold here. But it is completely random. I think it's based off of each game day or each hour or something like that, how much gold is going to show up. So sometimes you're going to hit the jackpot, some other times you're going to be bust. So, but like I said, it's a nice little, boost. A little bit of money here and there, and it isn't going to break the bank. It isn't going to allow you to go on a shopping spree, but, something is better than nothing, right? Hit the brake, come on, there we go. She's a fat bitch. How much are we gonna get out of this one? $222,000. So I think I am going to go ahead and send the train with this one, because I am running a little low on gravel. And this will also give me a nice little bump here. Oh, and for the record, yes, I have put a vehicle in front of the train, and it just pushed it down, and then it just glitched all over the place. Funny, but not fun when you have to try to either fix or, take care of a glitched out vehicle. Not safe. I wouldn't do this at home, especially with a major piece of equipment like this one is. So that puts me at $387,000. That is enough for a seeder, which I am going to need. Now, the other thing I'm going to have to be mindful of with this crop that I am harvesting right now is what am I going to use for seed? Because although you can just go and buy seed, that you can do that, it is going to cost you money. And yeah, seeing you're still buying all new equipment, that's kind of pricey. You might not want to do that. The other option is that you can go and have your own seed produce, and that's by taking whatever you harvest, bringing it over here to a location. And actually, I'll just drive over there. Sounds like an old Model T or something. Very nice looking mod though. I like it. It's cute. So, alright. You can see the sign already. Park seed. When you harvest your crops, and it has to be crops, they make it wheat or barley or something you're going to get a good yield from. You don't want to use corn. You don't get a very high yield out of corn, so don't use that. But you're going to take your crop and you're going to put it into your trailer, your tipper, and you're going to drive your truck all the way over here. And you're going to line up next to one of these, right in front. And then you're going to, you're going to dump off the crop inside of there. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but these machines are going to process your seed. And it's going to turn purple. And when it turns purple, that means that's seed that's actually been produced. And as you can see there, seeds, 1, 2, and the seed master 2K15. So, it will process it into seeds. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take it back over to your farm, wherever if you're by yourself, pick a main farm that you're going to operate out of, or maybe you're going to do like what I think I might do. I might split things up in 3 different farms. So, because I plan on having a sorghum farm, a corn farm, and a sugarcane farm, mainly for the production here. Or, who knows what I'm going to end up deciding to do. Right now, that's what I'm thinking, but, as I talk about it, I'm kind of thinking, no, maybe I won't do that. But, because I am only supplying fuel for myself. It's not like I have to supply it for other people. But anyway, you're going to come over to your farm, and every farm has these. And you're going to pull up right here in front of your seed dispenser. Now make sure you pull up as close as you can. To see that grate right there, that's where you're going to unload. If you pull too far out, you're going to start also getting the seed that comes out of that nozzle right there. So it's going to end up going in a cycle with each other, and, well, that's kind of pointless. So pull up as close as you can, unload, and then go ahead and pull away. The same thing for the fertilizer bin over there. Pull up as close as you can to the wall, unload, and then pull away. Now that's going to reprocess itself as well, so you're going to have to process the seed twice. A little time consuming, annoying, yes, but that's the way it goes. So you're going to process the seed twice, and then when it's all done with that, then you can go ahead and put it into your seeder, or into your auger wagon if you want to truck it out to wherever your seeder is, and then you can get to work on that. So I have to figure out what seed I'm going to use and how much I want to delegate between the two, because I don't need to sell any of it. And I don't think I'm harvesting anything I can sell. I think everything's going to be sugarcane, corn, or sorghum. I don't think there's anything else that I'm harvesting that's... Because every farm has at least 2 fields, except for the red farm. Red farm has 1, because it's such a big farm, it's such a big field. They only start out with 1, everyone else has 2. And I think everyone has sugarcane, sorghum, or corn. Yeah. So I'll have to figure out how much of the, maybe sugarcane? Yeah, sugarcane would be what I want to use as seed, because corn I'm not going to get the yield. I'm going to need it all at the shelf plants. And sorghum, well, it's too valuable. The price at market is too high for it to be, to be sold off. Or, used as seed, so that's not a smart move. Okay, so back you up a little bit. Oh, the train delivered, and that's $400,000. Excellent. So let's do some shopping here. Go into, let's see, where are they? Plows, cultivators, sewing machines. No, don't need one that is that big. That is overkill. Now, some of these fields, this is where planning comes ahead too, because some of these fields are perfect for these smaller ones that you can just hook up on the back of a machine or tow behind it. These bigger ones here are just too big. No way. They're not going to work very well. But the smaller ones, they do. I do like these John Deeres though, because they cultivate and seed at the same time. So you don't have to go out and buy a plow or a cultivator and work the ground. You can just harvest, then hook up to one of these, and then go, and it'll do 2 in 1 shot. I normally personally myself take this air seeder here with fertilizer. It will take fertilizer or seed. So if you're out of seed, you can use a fertilizer. Fertilizer we'll go over in a later episode. But let's see. Yeah, I want to buy one of those for right now, and then I'll worry about the other one later, because I don't know if I want to use this one or this one. It doesn't say how much it holds, and that's only 4,000. This one's 6,500, but there's no tracks on it. It just hooks up to the back, and that's it. Which is another possibility. And I can't speak for. I mean, this one isn't bad either. Still kind of a pain in the ass because in areas where you don't have a really big turnaround, that's a kind of a pain in the ass. Plus, it's only 5,000. And let's see. 12, 21, 18, 20 and a half, 14, 6.8, and 12. But I'll worry about that later. I've got that for right now, and yeah, see if I buy another freaking harvester. I need to get a header, and I'm gonna need a tipper. I don't have the money for that. But I need to get this stuff harvested. There's no doubt about that. Yeesh. Wow, I forgot. Yeah, it's still 420. Well, looks like I'm going to have to wait. And looks like I'm going to cut out for a little bit. So, ooh, wait, actually, we're in luck because guess who's ready for pickup? He's at 80.8%, 81% now. And he's still not done. So, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to wheel this auger wagon into position. Now you see the tracks there in the dirt? That's how I usually tell where to line up. Because see where that pipe is? I usually try to line up where the wheels are with the tipper and go about halfway in with the tipper. Right about there. Now he should come across and hit that tipper and start offloading. There we go. Usually if you line it up with the wheels, and as long as the tipper is in the right position, about halfway on the field, halfway off, when that combine comes along and that arm will come out by itself and he will start offloading. And you do not have to be here for that, so you can just go away and start working on another field and another vehicle, and this will all be taken care of for you. But I'm going to go ahead and get this field taken care of, and I will get these other fields taken care of, and in the next episode I will probably be dropping everything off at the Sheld plant if not done already, and I'll probably be in the process of seeding everything, and we'll just continue along with our day here on the fields. So until then, thanks for watching.